They've got the best donuts and cider in the area, so keep on coming back. Even though I moved out of the area, everything here is great, right? So just the vibes. Again, the sugar donuts, everything, those are phenomenal, and the cider, like I said, it's just you can't beat it in the area. So we keep on coming back. There's plenty of cider mills in the area, but this one is just by far the best. So you can't go wrong with anything here. It's all about family, right? Coming here and just enjoying this is great. We pick up cider and donuts to share with family and friends, and spread the good word of Dexter Cider Mill.
You came here as a kid. You're bringing your kids here, and you're seeing the same family behind the counter.
That's one of my most favorite things is watching. I started in college, and those kids that were little are now bringing their kids in. So it's so fun. I mean, I don't know everybody's name, and not everybody knows my name, but it's like we just picked up where we were last year as old friends. It's pretty fun. I know a lot of people's names, but not everybody's names.
So you grew up in this. Your grandparents were doing this. Your parents were doing this ever since, you were born.
Yeah, it's been here for a long time, so.
Was it always just understood that you were going to do this too, or was there ever a time when you were a kid when you were like, I'm not doing that?
Mixed feelings, but yes, there's often times where when we were younger, when we were here, when we didn't want to be here. But when I started working here more like middle school, mostly high school, realistically, I kind of started to develop that passion for it and got to see the history involved with it and how much it meant to my grandparents and to my family. And not only them, but also just the visitors that we have that come from literally all over the world to visit us. It's an extremely cool experience. So when I was younger, I didn't really see it, but now that I've gotten older, I've really begun to, appreciate it and love to see the passion and history that it brings. So,
yeah. It's a special place.
Yeah, it is.
And people came here as a kid, and now they're bringing their kids here.
Yeah, totally. My mom gives that perfect example of how, she got to see kids grow up from when she was working here, and now they're bringing their kids in, and now she's bringing their grandkids in. So I love loading the apples here, kind of like I do, just because I'd love to figure out what we're gonna press in this one and get everything organized and ready to go for the next press. But ultimately, I'd probably say pressing downstairs what my dad and brother are doing is, probably the best thing to do, because that's the most historical and kind of cool to see, in my opinion, where you can really get to see the process of stacking the layers of all the mash and then pushing it over where it gets pressed up, and then it goes out into the cooler rooms and brought upstairs for people to enjoy. So probably downstairs press is the spot to be.
Yeah, and the press is 110 years old or something.
Yeah, about 110 years old. It came out sometime, after 1900 is when that was put in. So
cool.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring things, like Marty's done with the press over there, like right down weekend milk fat. We're trying to become more efficient by we're looking at fat melters, so it goes into the machine automatically. So, we would never be automated, but little things like that make this so much easier, because this does get a little intense with the quantity that we make. And
yeah,
two machines, and you gotta watch the fat level all the time. And so it's the little things I was telling the kids, even literally the way you lay the bags out upstairs, you can grab them differently and faster than another way. It's just
How did your parents come to buy the mill?
So, believe it or not, my parents came on a date here years ago, and my dad's from the East Coast, and the building just in the setting reminded of Bentonville. And he said, boy, it'd be so fun to own a place like this someday. Oh, they came up for sale. They were being closer to retirement. They both worked corporately for Ford. And my dad said this would be a great retirement. So here we are, 40 years later, full time. No. So they would, they do like the boys, they do their day job and then come on the weekends here, and they're only open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at that point. I would come home from college, And we would do it, close up Sunday, start all over again. So, yeah. And ironically, I don't know if Marty told you, the boys did, we're only the third owners of a business that's been open 139 years, which I think that has kept so much of its charm, because we didn't have 18 people in here, KB thing to, adding on and chopping up and all that stuff. So I think that has kept some of the charm of the mill. But the woman that owned the cider mill, my mom used to maybe some water in Chelsea. So we live in Chelsea, and then so they had a couple people interested, and they said, well, Catherine, I've known you the longest, and you've watched my kids, so we'll sell it to you. So it's a small world.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's how this all came about. Yeah, it's a little retirement project. Not so much anymore. But Marty can jump in more when he retires, when that ever happens. He's like stuff like that. So I'll come in and I'll go in with, during the week, usually just 2 or 3 batches, and then on the weekend I'll do anywhere from 5 to 8 batches, depending on orders, and getting stuff a little, organized from upstairs.
That's amazing. 3 owners.
Yeah, 139 years, right?
And it just worked out that you were up for it, interested in it.
Yeah.
And now your boys are in it too, and helping creating new products.
Yeah. And that's what's fun too, because clearly they are way more technology driven. We've got girls who are more creative, younger, seeing more things than I do. So it's so fun to have that younger generation popping in and adding their flair to it too. So, which we want to keep it super similar, but we also need to get this. We want that tradition, but yeah, we want to keep up with the times too. So, we're trying to walk that line, and I think we're going to at least.
I think so too. I agree. And some really fun local partnerships too.
Yes, 100%. So, we've got this new peanut butter company that we're working with out of Pinckney. Benny went to high school with the kids. So it's just Frosty Apple up the road that we've dealt with for years. A lovely orchard. My mom and dad worked with Jack and Julie Frost, and Julie's dad, well, now their son is taking it over. So Alex popped in yesterday, and Robbie Apple was later on, and there's Pop Daddy that's local, and Honey is family that we've dealt with for years. My dad established these relationships, and we've just kept them going. So
yeah. Really neat.
Yeah.
It makes it such a special place, and the location is such a special place too.
The setting.
Yes.
Yes. I know it's not a big spot, but yeah, we can get a lot of people in that backyard, and it's fun, and yeah, the setting alone is gorgeous.
Well, and you're right in Dexter. You could literally walk downtown and visit all the shops, go to dinner, go to lunch.
And that's what we were saying too. People were in yesterday, and I'm like, they're like, is town walkable? I'm like, absolutely. And you can do multiple restaurants on, Main Street, and the shopping is fun. And, I think Dexter draws people, and if the people that are downtown, they come here, and if people are coming here, we suggest going downtown, so it's super fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
The mill right up the road is super.
But we're the longest continuously run mill. And I think a lot of people know that. That's been publicized quite a bit. So when we opened in 1886, we were a cider mill. And the mill has never closed. And 2, it's always been a mill. Always been a cider mill. So there might be mills out there that are older than us, but they may have had a grist mill, or they may have closed and then reopened or whatnot. But we have always been going since 1886.
You're the 5th oldest in the country.
Yes, you just researched that. Yes.
That's incredible.
Out east and everything. Yes.
Yeah. Including New York, New York, like
Yes, 100%. Yes.
very incredible.
you know, as a hard cider, that's a
Yes.
new aspect and kind of keeping us up with the times. And Marty and the boys have been fun with that.
Absolutely. Which I love that aspect too, is the innovation. You're the oldest continually operating cider mill in Michigan, the 5th oldest in the country, but you're still thinking of new things and innovating, and
yes,
that's
100%,
beautiful.
yeah.
So while it's sort of quiet, what's happening? What's this process?
So this is just build the press process. So the apples are loaded upstairs. My son Colin's doing that. And they go through a washer. And then right above here is the grinder, and they just get ground up into what you just saw. So 4 bushels go into each of one of these racks, and then they smooth it out and wrap the cloth up, another rack on top, and do that again. We'll do that 10 times. So 40 bushels of apples. There are different varieties of apples in this press. We always try to add 3 to 5 different varieties, just depending on what's available that week through, you know, what's been picked in the orchard, and we'll always have 3 to 5 different varieties.
Okay.
Today is Gala, Honeycrisp, Macintosh, and Colorado.
Wow. And what's the idea behind mixing it up?
That you just don't get one kind of depending on if you use just one variety, could be very bland. Like you want to give it a mixture of a little bit of tartness with some sweetness. So more sweetness, more sweet apples and tart, but you want a little bit of that in there that gives it the different kind of flavor.
Yeah. How do you know that 10 is the magic number?
It's kind of how, as we build this up, and you'll see here in a minute, we're going to push this whole thing over to this platform, and we'll push it up and squeeze it. We can't get any more in there. So that's about as much as we can do.
All right.
But
I heard that the press is really old.
yes.
Is that true?
Yeah. It's over 110, 120 years old.
Wow. And this is the oldest continually operating cider mill in Michigan?
Correct. Yes. Yeah. 1886 was the first year.
Wow.
That valve's open. So we unload the apples outside in a big dumper. One bin is roughly 2,000 pounds. We then put them into a bushel, which is roughly 45 to 50 pounds. From here, we'll go ahead and put them down this little ramp where they go through a washer. Then they come through over here, go down the grinder, and let gravity take it down to the press downstairs.
Wow.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and start the first one. Ready? Yep. Yep. That's one rack.
Okay.
Do that 10 times now. So while they are racking up downstairs, I'll go ahead and kind of get ready for the next one. And so I'll just load up a few. Then wait, they hit the button and we go again. So, yeah.
So each rack is 5 bushels?
4 bushels in a rack. Yep, there's 4 bushels in a rack. So roughly 160, 200 pounds in
Wow.
one layer. Then we go ahead and press it.
Wow.
Yep.
So when do you get all the apples ready for this?
Yeah, so we have a small orchard in Chelsea, which isn't able to supply everything we do here. So we do get a lot of our apples from the west side of the state in like the Grand Rapids area. And so they'll come in a big semi truck at night and drop the apples off either, Tuesday or Wednesday night. Then we just need to make sure we can get here to unload apples before whatever morning we press. Yep. And some of it's just from the natural weight of it pressing out while they're racking up downstairs, but then most of it comes from when they push it over, as you saw in the process down there, then it gets squeezed and all the juice comes out.
Yep. And then when you bottle it, does that happen? Where does that happen?
Yeah, so we bottle it. So downstairs, when it gets pressed, it goes into refrigerated tanks in the back. Then from there, we have lines that run upstairs. Actually, right over there is where we can jug it and put it in the refrigerator for everyone to drink.
Oh,
So from start to finish, people can have fresh pressed cider within 10 minutes of when we're pressing it.
This seems like a very sustainable process too, because Jake was saying that the mash gets recycled, and
So it's pretty cool to see how everything gets used 100%. So from start to finish, we obviously use the apples for the cider that is consumed, but then even the mash at the end, a lot of farmers will come and take it and use it as fertilizer. So to see it used 100% and everything get recycled, that's pretty cool to see. So I don't see that very much anymore. Since 1886.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see the tradition live on, essentially, and, still give people, a piece of history that they can come and see, yet also have, hopefully a good time too, or a good experience when they come here to visit. So
definitely.
get the river in the back with the Huron River, then hopefully, our products such as donuts, cider, our main staples, puts a smile on everyone's face as well. So.
Absolutely. And still creating new things with the hard cider a couple of years ago. So
We try to, keep the history, yet, still keep innovation alive as well. So
Yeah.
it's good.